Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Equity Guys pre-market video. My name is Chirag, an SM Certified Technical Analyst, and let's get into the view for today. So, like we said yesterday, as long as the S1 and S2, the day lows for the 29th of August was respected, we would see an upward move, and that's exactly what happened. We did come down a little bit, and then what ended up happening was we did respect the S1s and S2s, and then we ended up seeing an upward move, breaking the inverted hammer here, and mainly also the markets are oversold in that region too. So again, move that upward move was expected yesterday, and exactly like we said, as long as the S1 and S2 was respected, even though the data was a little negative, we will see an upward move there. Moving on to the data for today, we do see that Nifty Futures is trading at 122 points positive or premium, and Bank Nifty Futures is trading at 368 points premium there. India VIX again looking extremely bullish today too, 3.91% down. So the fear factor of the market is going down, which is extremely positive for the Indian markets. Crude oil looking slightly bearish here in this aspect, sitting at about 0.87% positive, but the overall levels are still bullish, so that should be something that is taken into consideration there. Moving on to gold and silver bees. Gold bees up by what do you say, 1.5%, 59%, which is extremely bullish in nature, and silver bees also up 4.47%. So again, both you see your gold and silver also being up, and your indexes also being up, which is extremely positive in nature, giving a overall bullish sentiment to the market overall again, and it is supported by your India VIX. Moving on to the sectors, all the sectors looking extremely positive, no weakness in any sector at all. So that is another bullish sort of tendency from the market, bullish sentiment given from the market here. Moving over to our NSE data, our NSE data is again extremely positive, extremely bullish. 2,128 advances and only 935 declines there. Moving over to our FNO data, in the cash market the FIIs are selling, but the DIIs are doing an amazing job of matching it, and if not exceeding that amount of selling that the FIIs are doing there. In the FNO market, looking at this one, the index futures is seeing a little bit of buying, which is positive in the short term view here, and then in the stocks, you see a good amount of buying from the FIIs. So from a short term perspective, this is extremely positive, but a long term cash perspective, this is a bit negative. Looking at the short term perspective, this could also be a hedging strategy where they are hedging their positions in the futures market, whereas in the cash market they are taking some short position there too. So that could be a possibility here, but overall in the short term, as of right now, it is very positive in the Indian market here. Looking at the advance decline ratios, 42 advances and only 8 declines in Nifty 50, 11 advances and only 1 decline in Bank Nifty here. So extremely positive data looking at Nifty and Bank Nifty here. Moving to the option chain here, we do see that the option chain is extremely bullish. The option chain is on the calls we see buying in the money and out of the money, which is on the left side, and on the right side, which is puts, we see selling in the money and out of the money. So extremely bullish option chain. So keeping that in mind, we see a dip down to 24,600 levels, being a possible support in the option chain. So that is a key level that we need to mark. Definitely 24,600 will act as a support. That is one level that should not be broken, otherwise it's bad news for the markets there. But definitely 24,600 levels is something that should be taken as a support, and then it'll definitely be something where it'll come down to that area and then it'll move up again. Looking at the global indices, you see Dow Jones, S&P 500, and Nasdaq all on the negative side. Dow Jones down 0.2%, S&P down 0.64%, Nasdaq down 1.15%. And Europe is actually the exact opposite. All three indexes are up. DAX up 0.57, FTSE up zero point 0.1, and CAC up 0.05. Moving on to the Asian markets, we see Nikkei is at a positive running of 0.63%, and Kospi is running at a positive of 0.07%. Oh, sorry, 0.74%. Sorry. So Nikkei is actually seeing a gap up, and then after the gap up, we are moving down a little, and then we are again seeing a good recovery and moving on the upside, breaking the previous day's highs too. So extremely positive movement from Nikkei. Let's see if that can translate over to the Indian market. So Indian ADS again not looking very positive. No good buying in any key stocks such as Infosys, Wipro, HDFC Bank again seeing that slight bit of buying, but again not going to make much of a difference there. Moving over to the future segment, we do see that US 30, US 500, and US Tech 100 all slightly in the positive areas. So 0.02% positive, 0.05% positive, and 0.04% positive. So slightly bullish in that nature there, but bullish to neutral is what the view would be for the index futures, right? There. So let's get into the view for today. So the main thing that happened in yesterday's rally, which is not necessarily good, is that the index went from your zero point 0.5 levels in PCR to about 1.13 levels in PCR, which is getting towards that overbought levels again. So which is extremely, it is not good at all because this might hinder the rally a little bit here. So today might be a little bit of a slower pace day, but it is the first Tuesday expiry of the that we have. So there might be some increased volatility in that too. We might start seeing two-sided markets because expiry days do tend to be volatile there. But overall, options premium might not have much momentum there. Seeing how we are already at that oversold levels, but keeping that in mind again guys, make sure you guys are trading your setup. Make sure that you guys are trading one index, one time frame, and make sure you guys are not trading the view or not trading any emotions, and you are completely trading the setup. So keeping that in mind, hope you guys have a great day trading. See you guys tomorrow for the view.